Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go. Watch that booty go.
What's up, grinders? We got a Grinds After Dark right here for you tonight. Grinding some gears, old-fashioned style. I want everybody to hit that like button, share it out. We got some things to talk about. Been holding on, biting my tongue. Been wanting to go live this week. Busy time. I wanted to go live, but I got some opportunities now. And, you know, shout out to Thresh. Check out his video. But, you know, there's some things I wanted to say. And when you're talking about gamers are rallying right now. Right here in the Gaming Grindhouse. Let's grind some gears. Oh, yeah. Here we go. You know what? You know what? Wait a second. No. We're going old school. Grinders, we're going old school. There we go. I'm going old school tonight. We're going Grinds of Gear style. There's no martinis. No martinis and fancy drinks tonight. We're going old school. Going old school tonight. So, first, before I have to go old school, I got to shout out to the VIP grinders. We have to add some new ones here. I want to thank you, Toolman. But we also had some recent grinders. We got Profit33 and CJ UK. Thank you for being VIP grinders. I will be adding you to the Grindhouse live. Let's go. We got some new VIP grinders here. Let's add them. Let's add them out. You know what? While we got the grinders here, let's add them. Because these are the people these are the true these are the gamers. The Grindhouse is the gamers here. This has always been. There's no yellow chairs here. There's no hand-me-outs. CJ UK, welcome to the Grindhouse. Where are you? Welcome, CJ UK. Being added live to the party. And who else we got? Profit33. Great name. Great VIP grinder. Profit33. Welcome to being a VIP grinder. Thank you for supporting the channel. We got you there live. Herman Hull's doing the splits. What's up, grinders? Late night. Burning some oil. What's up, Social Joint Sergeant Ali? Bend over. What's up, Bend over? Pause. Oh, damn, great name. Bend over. Nelson Gaming. What's up, Chuck? Black Neil. Where's Buck Raj? He's been asking me to make shows for the last 3 days. Buck Roger, I'm calling you, Buck Roger. Get out of the pool and get in the Grindhouse. Get out of the pool, Buck Roger. Pool house is done. He's been asking me for a show for 3 days. You better be in here, Buck Rogers. Somebody go get Buck. Somebody go get him. We need Buck Roger out of the pool. So, where to begin? I don't even know where to begin. This is just going to be a crazy random stuff. I had my thumbnail, got my title screen on, but this is just going to, just be ready. All right? This is just what's on my mind and what's on the gaming mind. This is just going to be random stuff, man. This is as a talk with the chat. This is old school Grinds My Gears. This is what we're doing. We got the screen. Thank you, VIP Grinders. Shout out there. Hit that like button. 2 subs away from 1,200 grinders. Who would have thought? I can't believe it. 1,200? What? I want to thank everybody for listening to my rants and listen to the words that come out of my mouth and chatting with me in the Grindhouse. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah, it's just talking to you guys, and girls, like, this is what it is. This is what kept me going all these years, man, because this is the stuff that just grinds my gears. And again, it's about games. That's what it's all about. It's about just getting a microphone and just talking about what the future holds for gaming. Because there are concerns, there are things that are changing right in front of our face. And if there's nobody there just to say, well, this is fine, and people even promoting the thing that could jeopardize gaming. We've seen this before. And this whole purchasing and buying studios, and you know what? Just remember who started the whole thing. Going to E3, buying studios because they had to. Again, does it yield games? I hope. In the Xbox camp, it's not yet. It makes them make wonderful fan lists and menus. But for what they're playing, no. Now, Sony, on the other hand, buying Insomniac, we've been playing games from some of their purchases. So that's a little different. So I go, okay, you know what? I could tolerate that. But this buying up stuff for 5 years from now, well, that was told in 2018. And now buying stuff now for 5 years from then. Dude, you know what? I don't know what kind of gamer you are where you could sit here and go on Twitter and say I'm excited for 5 years from now. I don't know. And Sam Ash got the words right out of my mouth. There it is. Sony better continue releasing quality single-player games, just quality games, and not sacrificing quality for these live services. Because if they do, we're doomed, man. This is the point that we've been trying to make on this channel for the longest time. It's not the services. It is the stuff that results from the services. Will the quality be jeopardized for a dollar bill fill service? Will games change because of the service delivery system? That's what I have a problem with. It's the things that we know and love that got me into gaming. The stuff that pulls me in, the stuff that I enjoy. I don't want that to be changed because now it's in a service and it appeases some publisher or somebody that makes tons of money and it's good for them and safe for them. But for me, I get the short end of the stick because I'm paying for a service. That's the issue that I have with these things. So this is not anti-services, service games. It's what they are doing with these games and what the potential that could be done with these games. That's the issue here. It's not that a service is bad, but when everything, and I say everything, is built on that service. What's up, Big M? How you doing? And everything is funneled and forced through a service. Not naturally, but forced. Purchased and shoved into a service because nobody wants to do it. That is a problem. That is an issue. Because it's saying everything that we know is going through this service. That's the issue at hand. It's not that the service exists and it's bad. It's the mentality of thinking that everything belongs in there. And thinking that every gamer will need to go through that. That's the issue. Imagine if real expensive restaurants never existed and all we ate was fast food and McDonald's. And that was all that was available to us. No options. The only option you have is subscribing or not subscribing.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the
Thank
big
you,
surprise.
the main Bane just joined the Grindhouse. Thank you. One more, I believe, and we get 1,200. Main Bane, thank you very much. Exactly. And Main Bane with his first comment in the Grindhouse, he goes, I can't stand how there's microtransactions for everything in the service games. Charging for different colors. It's really some BS. Agreed. But they're like, oh, you got it for free. It's a service game. And there's a difference with service games. Like I said, we're going to be all over. But there's a difference with service games. There's some games that are built as a service and actually have a plan and a roadmap. Then there are games, which unfortunately the way Microsoft looks at service games is that you ship out a beta or an alpha or a tech beta and you just fix it along. You figure it out along the way. That's the service. We'll just put this raw ass shit out there and, we'll fix it. We'll listen to you. We heard you. What? You don't like the store in here? Well, we'll tweak it. Oh, you wanted this? And okay, it's going to take some time. We'll tweak it. That's the service. But then there are games that actually come out then actually have a roadmap, that come out with some cadence to it, where they're going to add additional content and it comes out as a majority a complete game. A game that's engaging. See, that's the problem with service games. They have so much competition. There's a lot of bull. But a game that basically comes out, it has to be engaging, especially if it's free to play. There's a lot of things it needs to do to absorb that attention. It has to hit. It has to hold. It doesn't have to come out and go, well, it's a start. Here's a couple of maps. Give us some time. Well, the service game is not going to last like that. And we see this. But it's not even the service games. Imagine service games inside of a service. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about, too. But the concept of just putting things through a service, everything, that is the issue at hand. I know Sony has services, Nintendo has services, but they are accompanying their launch games. Nintendo's not throwing its Kirby game in there, its Zelda 2 in there. It's not putting that in Nintendo Online. It's using its retro games to leverage a service. And from what we hear with Spartacus, with Sony, it sounds like Sony's going to do the same thing. Both of them have huge legacies that precede Xbox, that they could use those old games as leverage to maintain content in a service and make it their way of enticing you, rather than sacrificing their first party, their games that are coming out, their brand new games that cost a lot of money, and shoving them into a service. They will keep releasing those in the Blockbuster, just like movie theaters, just keep releasing those, but then also complement the service by putting in older legacy games of their older games, just like Nintendo Online's doing. Microsoft did that already. They threw whatever they had from 360, the 30 games from the Xbox, and now all they got left is new games, new promises. And they said it's all going in there because they can. Big money, Microsoft. Microsoft money seems to be the topic of the day. Every friggin' day, it's Microsoft has money. And Sony's broke. And Nintendo's just that crazy person in the corner just doing their stuff, making millions. But Sony can't keep up. They're broke. I told you. I said it on Salty's podcast. I said it on here. Sony's not going to go buy those publishers. They're going to go after things that enhance their content. And Bungie was that. I said they would go after Bungie. People are like, oh, this stupid media and these guys, these supposedly journalists. Oh, they're buying EA. Buying EA to respond to Activision purchase. Like, are you got journalists that shallow? Like, are you really all there? Or you just want these clicks? Because I guess that's all the boss pays you, for these clicks. That's what you want. Are you even thinking about it? If you think about it sensibly, why would Sony want to buy all those sports games? Just to put them out? Like, why would they do that? Why would they want Madden? I think Microsoft's going to buy it because they need a Madden, sports games in their service. But why? Sony's not going to do that immediately. they're going to go and grab something that they need, a first-person game, a first-person studio that knows how to make incredible quality first-person games and architecture for an online multiplayer, co-op or competitive game. That's what they did with Bungie. And they paid too much. Michael packed, they paid too much. Pocket watching these corporations we do. So we rub ourselves with Microsoft money. So we say Sony overpaid. Meanwhile, Microsoft dropped $70 billion on a publisher that's in like friggin' political hell and legal hell. I wonder what the legal costs are going to be for Activision that Microsoft's going to have to pay for. We're going to start pocket watching. Dude, it's going to take years for them to change that culture over there once they get absorbed after a year of waiting for this deal to go through. After this deal goes through, there's going to be over a year to try to get that culture ready. And who the hell knows who's staying in Activision, in Infinity Ward, and all those. Who knows? They're going to spin off and do their own goddamn studios or go to other places. Who's going to stay through all this transition? See, when you looked at the Bungie deal, more details came out, and they said like almost $1.8 billion of that Bungie purchase was for retention, was to keep the talent intact at Bungie. Tell me that. It was to keep the talent intact at Bungie. So they paid for Bungie, but then they also paid $1.8 billion to keep to keep that talent there, to pay them retention, to have them stay, because they didn't want to buy them and everybody run out. Now look at that approach, right? Look at that approach. You're talking about quantity versus quality, and I think that's going to be the motif of this. It's quantity versus quality. You could get a lot of names. Give me those names. Oh, here's my fanboy list of games and studios and IP that they own. Quantity. But who knows who's going to be making those games by the time these deals go through and by the time these games come out. Now look at Sony, making sure that Bungie stays intact. Bungie don't have a litany of games. You don't have they got the talent. So Sony didn't buy them for the IP. Sony bought them for their capabilities of making great multiplayer shooter games and games like a service. Look at the difference. Microsoft absorbed Activision not for the talent, but for the name. Who's going to be there when all this shit goes through, when all these deals go through? Who's going to be left at Activision? And you want to see the difference? So let's go through Microsoft's history of studios, right? And IP, since they have so much IP. Let's explore this. They bought Rare and Silicon Knights back in the day from Nintendo. Rare was on its high point. Perfect Dark, 007 GoldenEye, Banjo and Kazooie. That Spec Ops game, Rare was making Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct. I'm asking a question. How many people are going to be there? But let's go into history. How do I know? Let's go to history and see what history says. They bought Rare. And the games that they released, Grabbed by the Ghoulies was a GameCube game that was in development already. Perfect Dark was a game that was already in development for the GameCube that they brought over. Same thing with the that was a friggin' name. Cameo What did they do with Rare after they released the games that were about to come out on GameCube? What did they do with them? After they used them for those 3 games, they finally got them to do Killer Instinct, which was Rare, and they used a certain affinity, or they used a double helix they used. Right? But what did they do with Rare with all those years that they had them with the 360? They launched the game with Perfect Dark. You played Rare Replay, right? Okay. Where are all those games? All that IP that they had with Rare? Where is it? Even to this day. Let's not talk 10 years ago. What about today? Where's all that Rare IP? Where is it that they had? What did they do with Rare? Where is it? Where's Killer Instinct 2? Where's Conker's Bad Fur Day? Where's Banjo-Kazooie? Where is it? They had this IP before the studios in 2018. They made them made avatars. That's what they did with Rare's talent, or what was left of it. And now they got a brand new studio, and they're giving them a Rare IP with Perfect Dark. When you got Rare sitting right there. I don't know if anybody's still left. Where is it? What's up, Thrash? Yo, go watch Thrash's video, man. Poor guy was sick on his dying deathbed. Can't even talk. Dustin Laguerre, dude, is wilding. He made Thrash almost cough up a lung. Thrash, I hope you feel better. But that video was fire. It got me grinding some gears. So, where is it? Now, let's look at Lionhead. The people that make Fable, that made Fable. Let's look. They get gone. But let's take Playground Games to make Fable. Gears of War. Gears. Epic. We bought the IP from Epic because they didn't make it themselves. And let's get Rod Ferguson to come make Gears. Who's making Gears? Where's the soul? Where is it? The studio's not. 343 is a bunch of ex-Bungie employees that said, hey, I like this, I'll stay and make Halo. Okay, good, stay. Bonnie, all you guys. And even that wore them out. The dude that makes the Sandbox took a hike after the Sandbox left. So tell me what they're going to do with all this IP that they're gathering. Please, tell me. Sitting on all this IP before they even bought Bungie. Before they, even bought Bethesda and Activision. All this IP they've been sitting on. And you think, oh yeah, they're going to revive a friggin' Crash Bandicoot? That's day one? Call me in 5 years. Please. Put it in my comment section 4 or 5 years from now. Tell me if we see a Crash. Because they have not demonstrated that they respect IP. Put Halo out there with the bootlegs. I don't understand all this quantity without the quality. And that's the problem. You have a company that is not demonstrating quality, hoarding up all this IP. Doom. Whatever's left of Bethesda stuff, if that's quality to begin with, on day one, I guess. Now all Activision IP. Tell me, this company does not represent quality. They just want quantity. What about the retention bonuses? $70 billion. You think they got $1 billion for retention to make sure Activision Studio stays intact? Dude, I bet you they can't wait for the whole goddamn company just to leave so they could keep the shell of those franchises. They don't care. They're not acquiring talent. Talent's just along for the ride. Hell, the guy from In Exile said he was about to retire until Microsoft dropped a pay bag off of there. Wasteland 3. Do anything for you. So the fear is that they are just grabbing all this IP just to hoard it. Are they going to do anything with it? Are they making great games with it? We don't know. But history has shown that they haven't. They haven't demonstrated responsibility for owning these IP. They haven't shown respect for the IP in the past. They haven't. They put Banjo and Kazooie in a nuts and bolts game. That's what they did. It was a car modding game that they put Banjo and Kazooie, slapped them on there. They told Conker, they threw his ass in Project Spark and said, make your own game. And then they shut down Project Spark. That's IP right there. Conker, Banjo. Killer Instinct, you did 3 seasons. Great. You had something going there. Why did you stop? Why did you stop? Putting IP in there, I thought that was a great way of doing that with Killer Instinct. What happened? But now they got all this IP from Bethesda and Activision, and people think they're the responsible ones to revive the franchises. Okay. I wouldn't hold my breath. But everybody says Microsoft got money. That's the other thing. They got so much money. How the hell is Sony outbidding them and getting exclusive games? Where was the money when Deathloop came around and Sony outbid them? Where was the money with Final Fantasy VII Remake? Where was Microsoft going, we need that on our platform? Because you know what? That's something that our gamers want because they don't typically get those Final Fantasy games day and date. Let's just spend some extra money. We got billions. But nobody asked those questions. No Xbox podcast asked those questions. Like, if Microsoft has so much money, then why aren't they getting the games? Why is Sony getting games and outbidding them and getting those games on there? Is it because Microsoft maybe just doesn't want to do it? They don't believe in bringing games to your platform or to your platform of choice in the Microsoft ecosystem? Why doesn't anybody ask that question? But we talk about Microsoft money like they got so much, and we love when they unzip their pants and start flapping it around at all these publishers. But nobody asked, well, Microsoft, how the hell did Sony get Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo? Where were you? If you saw value in Bethesda and these 2 games were sitting out there, why wouldn't you just put those games exclusively on Xbox? Why wouldn't you buy it? Where was your bidding? If you thought Bethesda was such a great company and ZeniMax had great publisher, like, where were you when that deal was done? Don't know. Where were you? Where was your Microsoft money then? But nobody asks that. No influencer, yellow chair, care package person getting stuff. They don't ask that question. Why are they getting games and we're not? Why is that poor company over there that can't even spend, they're so poor, we're $1 trillion company. Where is it? Where is their spending? Why is Microsoft not bringing games to the Xbox platform? Why are they not doing that Tomb Raider deal that they did? They published Tomb Raider. It was only $100 million to get Tomb Raider published and out to you. A year early, but guess what? It wouldn't have happened if Microsoft didn't pay the $100 million to give you Rise of the Tomb Raider. What happened? What happened? Where was Chris Charla when Kano was getting shopped around? When Fist was being looked at? Where was the indie group? We love indies. Where is that money? Where is all those? They could have gave, and the point I'm making is that they had the money to bring you content. You don't have to wait. You didn't have to wait. You don't have to sit here and try to justify Xbox has no games. They made that happen. They did that to you. They launched a console with no games. They launched twice. They launched an Xbox One X with goddamn Lucky's Tales, a VR game that was sequelized. And then the Series X. One game got delayed, and that was the lineup. Where was the lineup? Even if Miles Morales got delayed, They still had 3 other games on Sony's platform that came out of the game. Where was the launch lineup? They banked everything on Halo Infinite. That game gets delayed a year, and they're still trying to figure out now. They didn't even give you the update that they promised you in November. You know, when everybody was celebrating Xbox 20 years with a friggin' refrigerator, they promised you in January, we're going to give you the updates to Forge and to Co-op in January. Well, guess what? January came and went, and now they're asking for more time. And then some fixes, they wait for Season 2, which is in goddamn in May and June. After a year delay. Open your eyes. You're asking the wrong questions. Stop selling Game Pass and ask the real questions. What is going on with the quality and the content? Phil Spencer sits down for an interview. The first question out of the interviewer's mouth should be like, hey, Phil, how is Perfect Dark looking? You got some help from Bootleg Crystal Dynamics. How's Perfect Dark doing? Hey, how's Fable coming along, Phil? Can I get an interview with Matt Booty to find out what Everwild is? Phil? Hey, you want to know what? When is Grounded going to come out of beta? Phil? They added mosquitoes and bees. When's that coming out of beta? Phil? Hey, Booty, get your ass over here. What's going on with Redfall? It was supposed to come out in the summer. What's going on with what's Contraband about? Where are the journalists asking the real questions? The games that you announced 2 and 3 years ago, where are they? Hey, you know what? I wonder what is in Exile's next game? What's going on with the Coalition? They're not adding any more content to Gears 5. They said they were done with Operation 5 when they just forced crossplay. No, I haven't heard one journalist ask a question about how are the games coming for Xbox. Have you? Please send me the link. I haven't heard one goddamn interviewer, one person ask how are the games coming that you announced over the last 3 years coming. Where? We haven't seen gameplay. We haven't seen anything. Oh, I remember when Last Guardian was the joke of everything. Where's Last Guardian? Not at E3. Where's Last Guardian? Not at E3. I remember that. Everybody remember Last Guardian. Where the hell is all these other games that they announced? Hell, they bought studios in 2018. Still haven't seen it. So, there's management issues there. And then just look at the debacle of friggin' Halo Infinite, the biggest IP that they have. Just look at that debacle. They're not even talking about new maps and weapons. They're trying to fix the shit that's out now. What are we doing here? And you're telling me that's a service? Like, that's the thing that everybody talks about Game Pass, but everybody won't just play a game. They would actually say, I played this game from Game Pass. It has to be a Game Pass commercial. Has to be. You can't just play a goddamn game. You got to tell everybody where you got it from. You know, I'm playing Tales of Arise via Target 2-for-1 sale in November with my Target Red card. Is that how we talk nowadays, everybody? Is that how we talk? I got Guardians of the Galaxy via GameStop with a trade-in and a $10 bonus because I'm a GameStop Plus member. Is that how we talk now? We have to talk about how we get our games? You have to say you're not just playing a game, but you got to say how you got it, because I guess that's the thing. You got to say, I'm playing this via Game Pass. Well, I'm playing this via Target 2-for-1 sale. I'm playing this via GameStop trade-in. I use my PlayStation trade-in credits to play this game. Thank you, Jim Ryan. Maybe I should go tweet at Jim Ryan and say, thank you for the PlayStation points, Jim. Without you, my child would never play this game. Is that how we talk now? Is how we talk? Is that what it's about? Thank you so much, Jim Ryan and Herman Holtz. My child, they got to play this game that they never would have played before because of your service. Thank you. Oh, please retweet me, like me, please. Send me a care package. Do something. My child, they played your game in the service. Your service was what it was. What the fuck? What? That's all you see on the fucking internet now. A child. Look at them. Look at their eyes. It's for Game Pass. Game Pass saved my child. What? Hit me with the horns. Need a drink. God damn it. Thanks, Phil and Aaron. My family is saved. I wasn't going to spend $50 on this trash, but my son is able to play this trash because of Game Pass. Thank you. Oh, please like, retweet, follow me. It is annoying. It's so annoying. There are bosses. I don't care. Jim Ryan's Gordon Ramsay ass can go fry himself. I don't care. Herman Holtz could take off his whole goddamn shirt. I don't care. He could jump off his friggin' yacht. I don't care. I just want to play games. That's all I care about. I don't care how they got there. All I know is one platform is bringing it, and one isn't. But the one that isn't won't shut the fuck up. That's the problem. You got nothing to show. Shut up. Go make your games, and then come back and talk to the gamers. Because somebody else is dropping games. Oh, but you want to know what? Man, when Forza and Halo came out, oh shit, everybody started yapping. They all started yapping. Oh, we got games now, bitch. Oh, 2 days. Oh, I see. Congratulations. You know, that's the shit I've been talking about for 3 friggin' years. Thanks, man. You see what happens when you get games? It's nice, right? You could take pictures, even though the share button sucks ass. It's nice, right? When you have a game to play, it's nice, right? Yeah. It's nice. Only been saying it for 4 years. No, it's fine. I'm capping for the Lucky's Tales. They got an update. 4K 60 and Lucky's Tales. I'm playing that tonight. Fuck out of here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Lucky Tale 4K. I'm going back into Lucky's Tale. 4K update. It's in Game Pass. My child is saved. They will be writing on my walls with crayons, but Aaron and Phil and Satya, you saved my child because they're able to play Lucky Tales because I wouldn't pay $40 for that trash, but it's in Game Pass, and my child is happy. You saved my child. Game Pass saved my family. That's the bullshit shirts they should be putting on. Poor ass gaming. That's who it is. So, again, if you need a recap on what service game, quality. Let's go and look at the Apple Store. Remember when Apple ecosystem was there? Remember that? Remember? Remember the Apple Store. And they had those apps go right down to 99 cents. They couldn't go any lower. So they zeroed them out and made them services. It's a race to the bottom. That's the thing. It's a race to the bottom. It's sad. And that's, somebody's taking your hobby. your thing. And not are they just making it accessible, which is fine. Make it accessible. Make more people play these games. That's fine. But don't compromise our hobby, what gamers want to play, the engaging content that brought us here, for the casual, or for the people that really don't care, for the grandmas that wave Wii remotes in the air. Like, those people are not going to buy games. The Wii saw that. Oh, my grandma got a Wii. Yeah, but she didn't buy any games besides the game that came with it. So wherefore, the Wii was a fad after 3 years because nobody bought any more games for it. Because it was a one trick. It was like, oh, yeah, Wii Sports, my grandma got it. Yeah, it sold like crazy. But guess what? Grandma didn't buy the next games that came out for it. So now you're putting games on phones. The people on phones don't give a shit. They don't care. They're playing real mobile games. Games made for their phone. These phones are powerful. These phones could play some damn games. People are playing real mobile games. They don't want your Gears of War on a phone. Sony, they don't want God of War on a phone. We don't want Horizon on a phone. We don't. And before I get into the video of the passes, let's talk, because Game Pass encompasses the cloud. Remember the cloud, grinders? Remember this cloud? Oh, I remember the cloud. Yeah. Remember this cloud? I see some Xbox. I see people celebrating this. Like, those Windows Centrals, because they hate Google. They got, they hate some Google. Let me make sure I fix my thing. I gotta unlock this thing here. So your Windows Centrals and stuff are making fun of the Stadia, showing how, Google doesn't support their shit, which they don't. But what's interesting is that if you listen back to my shows when we're talking about cloud, right? Over 88 people come in front. Impromptu classic grinds my gears. Hit that like button. Get the word out. But and Sony was the first to come up with remote play, and it sucks. Who fucking needs it? Who's celebrating it? Go to a video where I celebrate remote play. Who gives a shit? Nobody wants to play this shit on phones. I don't care who came up with it first. But I tell you, one company is going balls deep in it. I'll tell you what company's going balls deep in goddamn cloud gaming. It's not remote play. I'll tell you that right now. It's the mentality. Just like your mentality. I don't know. If you don't like what I'm saying, I don't know why the hell you're here, Froggy. I don't understand it, man. Talking about me making videos. Dude, you must be sad to be listening to stuff that you don't like. There's billions of things you could be listening to right now. I appreciate you being in here, Froggy, though. I don't know why you put yourself through this torture. I'm never going to say what you're going to like. So, whatever. That's sad. But, Stadia. A win for xCloud? Is it a win? Listen, I said this before. This streaming stuff, right? This streaming stuff here. They came out first. Microsoft's in beta, right? Two things were going to happen, and I said this. Two things. One, Stadia kicks off, and it does it better than Microsoft, and Stadia becomes the cloud gaming. Or two, Stadia fails and gives a bad rap for cloud gaming. I give you scenario number two. Here's scenario number two. Google is planning to salvage the Stadia technology. I remember when they shut down Mixer, they said they're still going to use the streaming stuff when they shoved it up Facebook's ass. Is currently shopping around its new Google Stream. Insiders claim that actual consumer platform Stadia has been deprioritized. Thank you, Josh Ayers. This is the grinders. That's why you guys are the best. Josh Ayers, man, it's like doing a podcast with a whole staff of people. Stadia shows that xCloud is in the future. That's exactly. I see Windows Central celebrating in the streets. Like, see, I told you Google sucks. Dude, The fact that this is not working for Google shows that nobody gives a shit about cloud gaming. And you can't even tell me that xCloud is doing well because Microsoft shoved xCloud into Gamepass. Let's see xCloud on its own. Go give me an xCloud only subscription. Show me where that exists and tell me how successful xCloud is. How many people have interest in xCloud if xCloud existed by itself? It doesn't. But they tell you about it. They sold xCloud like it was the future. Oh, 5 years. That was 3 years ago. 5G is going to change everything. $5G is here. They're now down 5G Ultra. Buck Roger, there he is. Get out of the pool, Buck Roger. Again, the mentality. Sony may have PS Now, a cloud. Basically, Sony is doing PS3 games because they can't friggin' do them on the PlayStation natively. So they use the streaming to bring that backwards compatibility. And they bring PS Now games to the PC. But the thing is that they're not betting the house on it. They're not talking about it in every goddamn interview while not delivering content. They tell you the way, oh, you'll be playing on your computer, you'll be playing on your toilet, playing on your phone, here's the strap-ons, here's the accessories, you'll be doing this, you'll be doing that. What will I be playing? Oh, well, that's going to take some time. So what is it? You're telling me where I can play it, how, the strap-ons, the controllers, the touch screens, on PCs, on my Samsung TVs, on my phone, on iPhone, on iClouds, and what am I going to play? Can't wait. Yeah, well, that is another story. Do you see the problem? You're putting the cart before the horse. You're telling me and selling and promoting all these services without the content. Imagine Netflix came out, you click on the icon, and there's nothing in the goddamn store, but it's everywhere. I could launch Netflix on my TV, on my PC. I could launch Netflix on my phone. But when I launch, and I hear all this Netflix advertisement, imagine if you opened up Netflix and there was like 4 movies in there. You're like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? Well, it's everywhere, but there's nothing I want to see in it. Do you see how Sony and Nintendo are doing the opposite? They're building content that when they're ready for that service, when they're ready for that future, they flip a switch. And Microsoft still loses. So I don't know why you're celebrating it. Like Microsoft got a one-up on everybody. Dude, they put the cart before the horse. They're running before they could walk. That's why they're scooping up all this talent, all this friggin' IP, because guess what? They realize that they got a service with nothing in it. They got to wheel and deal and get bootleg games and get games that are not selling and other things and paying out the ass probably for like other games, big games to get in there. And they have to buy publishers because they don't have the content to support the service. That's the problem. They sold you on a service for 6 years already without the content, and now they realized it. It goes back, oh, well, that's wrong, right? No, it's right. Because go watch the Xbox documentary. Once they wheeled and dealed and got the approval to make the hardware, they fought Bill Gates to make an Xbox, to tell him it does not need to be a Windows box yet. We need an Xbox. We need a gaming system. They had to convince him on the gaming system. After he approved it, they looked at each other and they go, oh, I think we need games for it. They went to go buy Nintendo. They got approval to make a gaming console. And the next thing they do is go buy Nintendo? Try to go buy them? That's some origin story right there. And Nintendo laughed at him. I would too. You fought tooth and nail to make you basically tried to get an Xbox made in Microsoft without using games as the leverage. It was the concept of a hardware console that Bill Gates approved. That's the sad thing about it. Watching that video, I'm like, the origins of this box. How the hell did they promoted a gaming machine without games? And it got approved to show that the Bill Gates and folks didn't care about the games. That they looked at each other after they got the approval. Seamus Blackley says it in the video. They got the approval, and then they went to Nintendo to buy them. And Nintendo laughed them out of the country. They go, are you kidding me? But it goes to show how they launched this service. They just heard the buzzwords of cloud and services and casuals and basically 2 billion gamers. And that's all they heard. But they never thought, like, what we need, do the work, like the hustle. Let's do the work to get there and make the mind share and the quality. Let's that be our representation. No. Instead, they're just going to go like Pac-Man style and just suck up people. Well, we're reaching 2 billion gamers. Oh, why? Because guess what? Now it's Microsoft's Candy Crush now. Now it's Microsoft's World of Warcraft. We got them. It was Minecraft, but now it's Microsoft's Minecraft. We got them. So you just buy the company and slap your tramp stamp on it. That's what you do. That's how you're reaching 2 billion gamers. You just buy the company and slap a tramp stamp on it. Microsoft's Call of Duty. We got them. We got them. Exactly, Neil. An underpowered Switch sold off of 100 million units. Tell me why. They talked about 12 teraflops and Project Scarlet, Project Scorpios for 3 years before the systems came out and how powerful it is. And did it work? Did it change the generation? Did it change people's buying habits? Did it change the mind share? Did everybody flip? No, they didn't. Why?
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
There were no games to do the talking. That's why. Game Pass has been around for over 5 years. Microsoft's been putting games in there since 2018. Their first-party games, Microsoft's first-party games, have been going into Game Pass day one since 2018. All right? All the Xbox channels out there, Game Pass has been around for over 5 years. Microsoft's day one promise started in 2018, 5 years ago. 4 years ago. Right? You're talking about just about half a decade of Microsoft putting their games in Game Pass day one. Did that change anything? And releasing the most powerful console twice. The most powerful console released twice with the One X and the Series X. 2 most powerful consoles of the generations. And putting day one games in Game Pass for 4 years. And Dollar Bill Phil for $1. 4 years. Thank you, Twisted. It's late. Dollar Bill Phil deals, Xbox Live combination deals where you could stack for 4 years for $60, which is a lot of people what they're on, and they won't tell you, or they might. But they're stacked for $60 because they stacked their Xbox Live. You only can do it for 3 years, though. What changed? What changed? So after killing Mixer, Microsoft tried to buy TikTok for $40 billion. Pinterest, exactly. Discord, Right? Thank you, Sergeant. Yeah. What changed? You cannot force an industry by just wielding your goddamn checkbook. You cannot just buy a W. You can't. Money only goes so far. It's soul, it's passion, it's mind share. That's what it takes. It's develop a talent, management, knowing what gamers want and delivering on that. Hey, what's up, Axel? Microsoft couldn't even build a console themselves. They had a partner with Sega to build the Dreamcast. But it's the passion. And I'm not saying they don't have it, but it's not in their DNA from their history. And money, that's why celebrating Microsoft money is not going to lead to any success. So stop celebrating this big $1 trillion company, because celebrating them just spending and wielding their rich dollars is not going to do anything. It's not going to. Because you want to know why? Gamers are smart. And I'm going to tell you this Call of Duty and Game Pass thing, listen, you have the dude that pays $70 or $60 a year to play Call of Duty, and that's all he plays. Why does he give a shit about 199 games in addition to Call of Duty? Please. Why? All he does is play Warzone, which are free to play. All he does is wants to play Call of Duty. Why would you pay $15 a month to play Call of Duty when you could just spend $60 and it's yours and you don't have to worry about it? And why do you want... The first thing somebody says, like, I'm going to go buy Call of Duty, the first thing that somebody says, like, oh, no, you get it in Game Pass. Oh, what's Game Pass? Oh, it's $15 a month. He goes, but why? I just want to play Call of Duty. Oh, you get 100, 200 games, dude. 200 games. I don't want 200 games. I just play Call of Duty. Yeah. Tell that person to subscribe. That's an internal problem that Microsoft has with this whole forceful Game Pass thing. Now, this is where the problem comes. What do they do to make that game more enticing in Game Pass? Because they know that dude is not going to pay $15 a month to play the one game he plays a year in Game Pass. He just wants to play his game. $60, I play my game. I don't want to deal with that. What do? Do they take out the multiplayer? Do they do the battle pass? Do they say you need Game Pass to play online? What sleazy shit does Microsoft do to make that person not want to buy Call of Duty but get it through Game Pass? An example is Halo Master Chief Collection. You got Halo Master Chief Collection through Game Pass. You got Reach for free. Campaign. But if you bought it, oh, well, you're going to have to pay $10 for that Reach campaign. Oh, okay. You see, so they could leverage that. But guess what, grinders? How are they able to leverage that stuff? If they just partnered with Activision and said, we want Call of Duty and Game Pass, do you think they can manipulate the game to suit Game Pass? Think about it. Why are they buying publishers? If we have established that they have money to put games on your console, to give you games so you don't have to wait. They got the money to do that. They just don't want to spend it in that fashion. Remember, ask the hard questions. If they have the money to do that, they could have just said, Activision, you know what? We want Call of Duty and Game Pass this year. Here's $1 billion. They were getting Starfield anyway. Why would they need to buy ZeniMax, the whole publisher? Why are they buying at the top? Grinders, why? Why? If I just tapped somebody on the shoulder and said, here's all the... They got all the money. They could easily buy timed exclusives or exclusives for Game Pass. But why? Why aren't they going that way, grinders? Why? Why are they going at the high level and buying the publisher? Why? So they can manipulate the games to suit the service. That's why. So they could Halo Infinite it. If that makes sense. Halo Infinite it. Not to make it exclusive. It's so they can manipulate the game to benefit the service. They can make it episodic. They could say, don't put that content in. Give it to them in January. You know what? Give it to them in season 2. They could bastardize it like they did with Halo Infinite. That's why they want to own these publishers, so they can manipulate the games to suit the service, to force the industry to prefer a subscription. Craig it. That's a good one, Captain Crunch. To force an industry. Now look at Jim Ness. Look what he's doing with Bungie. I don't like all this buying up of shit. But they're retaining the talent there. They didn't scoop up Destiny for Halo IP. No. They didn't scoop up Bungie for Halo. No. Destiny IP, maybe. But look what they did. They bought Fire Sprite or whatever the hell they were. And they're making VR games. I could see them make a VR Destiny game, a VR Destiny, something like that, or in a movie and stuff. I could see them grow the studio and the franchise out. And Sony's in the business of making movies as well. Yep, they delayed the release of the roadmap. They did. It's insane. Now, Sony said that they're on this whole thing of basically buying studios and stuff. Let's see. Does Sony buy a publisher? I don't know. But all I know is that Microsoft is buying up publishers, and Sony's gonna have to. They're gonna have to do it just to make sure that Microsoft don't get it, so they don't look at the talent pool and go, guys, they're hoarding all. They destroyed all those studios. They just sucked up all those publishers. I hope not. And talking about the demise, this video was the one that went around the internet. And what's funny is I saw it on TikTok and I shared it. This guy.
One of the world's
Let's see what he
largest
has to
video
say.
game publishers, and I think that news is a lot more frightening than most people realize. Like, I see people worrying, oh, what if they make Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive? But that's not the issue. The issue is that Microsoft can use Activision to undercut the rest of the entire video game industry and build a monopoly. See, most publishers sell their games for $60 or $70, which they have to do because the games cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make and years of effort. But Microsoft has recently disrupted that strategy by introducing a service called Gamepass, where you can get hundreds of games for just $9.99 a month. And now they're buying up game publishers so they can put their games on the service. Microsoft has bought so many game studios that they now own Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake, Halo, Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls Fallout, Diablo, Hearthstone, Overwatch, StarCraft, Warcraft, World of Warcraft, Psychonauts, Guitar Hero, Dishonored, Minecraft, Gears of War, Tony Hawk, and Zork. Remember Zork? It doesn't matter if Call of Duty is also available on PlayStation. If you can get it for $9.99 instead of $70 and get hundreds of other games too, that's what you're going to do. The deal is just too good to pass up. Now, I can hear what you're going to say next. You're saying Sony and Nintendo just need to make their own Game Pass competitors and make their own games, $9.99 a month. Here's the problem. I don't think they can do that. I think Microsoft is taking a massive loss on Game Pass, and they're able to do that because they are literally 10 times bigger than Sony and Nintendo combined. Nintendo makes video games and playing cards. Sony makes video games and headphones.
And movies.
Microsoft makes video games, the operating system that every computer in the world runs on, and the web services that every website in the world run on. They are one of the biggest companies in the world, and that means that they can use their massive cash reserves to subsidize their video game service forever. It's the Amazon strategy. They can take a loss on every single video game they sell through Game Pass forever until they have wiped out the competition, and Sony and Nintendo cannot do shit about it. Actually, I should say I think Nintendo will be fine, because Nintendo has Mario and Zelda, and everyone loves Mario and Zelda, but I think Sony is fucked. Like, Sony can't afford to make the new God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn game just $10. They need those games to be $70 for them to make a profit that year. Whereas Microsoft is able to lose money indefinitely, so indefinitely that they can sell the damn console and Game Pass for just $25 a month. Now that's an amazing deal, but it's one of those deals that we might later say, ooh, that deal was a little bit too good to be true, because it could mean that Microsoft wipes out all the competition in the video game space and then is able to jack the prices up on us and also make games that are a lot worse. And let's not forget that all this consolidation naturally is going to lead to layoffs and worse conditions for workers. Microsoft isn't trying to be the Netflix of games, they're trying to be the Amazon of games. They want to use their massive cash advantage to undercut and dominate the entire game industry. That is bad for video game makers and video game players, and as someone who loves video games, I'm worried.
Yep. Listen. When I saw that guy's video, I was like, yo. I don't think, first off, that I don't think Microsoft is that kind of like willing to just lose everything on it. But I think the Amazon approach is what they're doing. Like, but I don't think that Microsoft is going to, I think that Microsoft is cheapening gaming. I said this before. I said the thing that I don't like about Game Pass is that it's cheapening gaming. It's because the thing is that very few games come out there that are worth the price. The only game that stands the test of time in Game Pass is really Forza and MLB. Those two games, which, yeah, I think MLB, okay, sells a lot. Forza, it's a racing game, okay. But those games still have quality. But everything else, it leads to worse games. It leads to games not being successful. It leads to games like, it just leads to stuff that's not good. And Microsoft is going to subscriptionize this stuff. Shout out to Glinda with the $5. He goes, acquisitions don't mean new games. They just make existing game IPs exclusive. It'll be nice if companies spent money on making new games. Dude, I totally agree. Like, this whole thing, like, and that's why I said this Bungie deal, like, while I called it and I said that that's what they were
You're my number one customer.
My thing is that it doesn't change that Destiny was coming. It doesn't change that Call of Duty was coming when Microsoft bought Activision, or for Microsoft to buy Bethesda. After all that money spent, they just got Starfield. Like, it's not changing, and those games were coming to that platform anyway. And like I said, like, they could have used their money to bring games to the Xbox platform. They could have used money to do that, but they chose to use their money to buy publishers and do other things with it. And I don't understand why Xbox gamers accept that. If Microsoft has all this money, why weren't people saying, where are the games to buy this stuff? Like, where are the games that you're spending your money on? I don't get it. Why, where you have so much money, why aren't you buying these deals? How's Sony getting exclusives and you're not? Oh, yeah, I remember when they said, Phil was like, I'm never going to buy, spending money to put stuff on our platform is not going to be the way of the future. It's not growing gaming. Exclusives are not conducive to grow gaming. Meanwhile, goes buys a publisher for $7 billion and locks Starfield on Xbox platforms. Okay. Yeah, buying one game to put on your platform for a gamer, no. Let's buy a publisher instead and wait years for the game to come out. But you could give your money now and make a game happen, and that's what Glenn's is trying to say. Like Sony making, Kena happen. Actually, they published it. They published it themselves. Sony just got it on their platform. But, Sony, just exactly like the $100 million, with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Microsoft made that happen. Square Enix probably wasn't going to do it. But Microsoft gave them $100 million to say, hey, get it, and it comes on our platform. They said that when they announced that game. We'll make this happen. They weren't making this game. We're publishing it because this game wasn't going to happen without our money. I like that because that brings games to your platform. That's how they got Titanfall. Remember Titanfall 1? And that's the craziest thing is that they used to do it. They stopped. That's why I started this channel. I'm like, what happened? Why did they stop? But people accepted it. They accepted getting no games. They accepted Microsoft saying it's about PC. And PC exclusive games. Why? You spent 20 years building up this stuff. You made these moves before. Why did you stop? Because it wasn't selling? Because it wasn't financially feasible for you? But no, it's not that. See, the thing is like you act like Rise of the Tomb Raider was being made on all the systems already. And Microsoft just came over and said, here's some money. Just don't put it on Sony's platform. Because that's what people say that Sony's doing. Meanwhile, these games from Square Enix and other ones show up on a PC, show up on a Switch, and on a PlayStation. So you're telling me that just Sony is going over to Square Enix going, yeah, you know what, that Dragon Quest? I just want it on, or you know that game that you have on all the other, just don't put it on Xbox. Here's $1 million. Here's $1 million under the table. There you go. Here's $1 million. Just don't put it on Xbox. No. Sony's not doing that. Sony's not paying to keep it off Xbox, but then it goes on the Switch and PC. The publisher's deciding not to put it on Xbox because the game won't sell enough for them to make it. I showed the thing last week. Capcom says not financially feasible for their friggin' Ace Attorney to go on there. Like, Xbox is a dead platform for them, for that game. Sony's not putting them money, getting that exclusive because they're dropping off billions on a doorstep saying just don't put it on Xbox, but put it on PC and Switch. It's because the game's not selling. That's a problem. The game doesn't sell on Xbox. The console's not selling. Like, that's the problem. Like, Sony's not going over. Now, I'm not saying that Sony doesn't do that. I'm sure that they'll fund the game. Oh, baby. Yes. Crimes of the Future just said something. But I am sure that there's sometimes that happens. But it's not. Everybody's like, oh, Sony's buying exclusives, so Microsoft has to buy publishers. If Microsoft has so much money, dude, why are they not outbidding Sony left and right to get games on Xbox? Why does nobody ask that? Why is it okay to wait? Why is it okay to wait? And you're telling me a publisher reaching? Dude, I showed the list. All those games that didn't go to Xbox. You're telling me Sony paid to keep them off? But they said, I'll put it on the Switch and put it on where we compete with Switch in Japan. If of all consoles, you want to keep it off the Switch because that one's the one that's outselling you. Right? If Sony really wanted to spend their money to keep it off a console, they probably want to keep it off the Switch. Say Square Enix, don't put that game on the Switch. Switch is selling more than us. Why would they try to keep it off the third place console? Now, again, I'm sure there's situations where maybe that happens. But a lot of times they go and they stop publishing the game. They put money into the game development, so then their perk is to get the game exclusive. Just like Deathloop, Sony put money into that game, and they said, well, our perk is that it comes out on our platform first. That's the way the money goes. Like, you think the money is like, well, here's the money for not to put it on another console. But if Sony is poor, how are they able to do that? If Microsoft has all this money, why are they not doing that left and right to bring you games right now? Why is there no Xbox games coming out of January, February, March, April, May, June, July? How could you sit here and pump up a service? You don't even know what the release schedule is. How's Redfall coming? Is that coming into the summer? Did you sign up for 6 months of Game Pass? Well, like, did you sign up for March in Game Pass? Like, what are you getting? Contraband coming out? Fable, you got a release date. Hellblade 2 got a release date to sign up for Game Pass for 2 years? Maybe. Sign up for Game Pass 2 years. Maybe it comes out. But look at their growth. You're sitting here and look, Crossfire X. And what did I say about manipulating the games, right? Look at Crossfire X. What happened? They're giving you Season 1 in Game Pass, but you got to buy the full game for Season 2. They're giving you a sample in Game Pass, basically a demo or a part of a game. They're giving you Season 1 of Crossfire X, but Season 2 is $40, is like $30. But they're only giving you part 1 in Game Pass. So they're basically giving you a taste. They're taking you down the alleyway, giving you a taste of Crossfire X. Which at first, Crossfire X wasn't even supposed to be in Game Pass. So I guess they finessed the way of getting a Season 1 and a Season 2 in there. Or Part 1 and Part 2. Like Episode 1 is the one they're giving you in Game Pass, but Episode 2 you're going to have to buy. It begins. You think Halo would be what it was? You think everybody was screaming free-to-play Halo after Halo 5? No. Halo is what it is because of Game Pass. That's why. And again, it's a deal. But you know what? When something is free or such a good deal, just like this guy says, hey, remember that deal? That was too good of a deal. Because look at what we're getting. See? That's the thing. That's a great deal. Oh, I could get for free, and I'm playing all these games for free. Man, don't worry. Phil's going to come by to collect. He'll come by to collect. Don't worry. Oh, for $1 bill Phil. Yeah, guess what? You're getting games, $1 bill Phil. He said, oh, you want to pay $1 for the service? Well, guess what? Here's half a fucking game. Enjoy it. You think they don't know? You think Microsoft doesn't know what they're giving you? You think that if he gave a shit, he wouldn't have delayed. He delayed Halo over a year. Probably because the Game Pass subscribing count was like friggin' 17, 18 million. He's probably like, you know what? We could use another year of subscribers, and they need help with the game too. So let's
You're my
delay it
number
and
one
not have
customer.
any. They're so willing that they haven't told you about any games, but meanwhile, they want you to subscribe to a service. Imagine trying to sell a service and you haven't even revealed the content of that service or a cadence to when those games are releasing. Glenza with the $2. He goes, did Microsoft withhold funds from Xbox until Game Pass? I don't know, Glenza. I don't know. But you know what I was told in 2018 when I said, well, they just buying studios, where are the games? And people said fear-mongering. Ooh, fear-mongering, stop it. They bought studios, shut up. They're making games. It takes 3 years, 4 years. So the studios they bought in 2018, it takes 4 years. Well, somebody get me a calculator. Because I think we're in year 4 right now. In 2018, people are like, oh, it's going to be 4 years. I'm like, but where are the games now? It's too long. They need games now. Oh, no, they're saving it all for next gen. But 2 years and next gen. But 2 years at the next gen. Where are the games? Where are they? They're saving them for next gen. Where? Sony bought Insomniac. Got 3 games coming out. Announced 2. You already played, reviewed, and beat 2 of those games. And they announced 2 more. What's up, Cyber Dragon? How you doing? Tell me. Who's the poor company? Who got the money? And who's trying to cheapen gaming? Who's bringing gaming down and cheapening it? The richest company. But the supposedly the poorest company is the one making the quality. How does that work out? How does the poorest company, the money, they can't keep a candle to Microsoft. How does the poor company make quality games, but the richest company driving down quality and hoarding up IP? I just think they don't want to spend it. And nobody's going to challenge them on it. Phil's the savior. He's winning the Lifetime Achievement Award for saving Xbox. Congratulations. They do. I agree with you, Froggy, there. Ubisoft and EA suck. Never go full Ubisoft. I hope no. Whoever buys Ubisoft, good luck to them. And EA. I think they both of them started the generation, last generation, strong. And then EA and Ubisoft just went to the shit. Same thing with Bethesda. Bethesda started the generation strong with Fallout. They had Prey lined up. They had Doom. And then Bethesda fizzed out after Fallout 76. They fizzed out after that. I guess you could say Deathloop brought them back, I guess. I did not like Deathloop. Regret of 2021. What's up, TextX Morty? He says, just Phil Ness. Someone on Wooly's podcast said it the best. Microsoft's not in the business of selling you games. They're business. Yeah, they're selling you hype. I think that was yeah, they are there, sell you hype. That's all they've been riding off of, dude. They've been riding off of fumes. They've been riding off of hype and fumes. Of refrigerators, donuts, and shoes. And powerful consoles that don't have the software to demonstrate the power. I think it did. I don't definitely. But, you know, and also too, like, I cannot end this with some of that Jim Ness. Froggy's don't like this part. I'm going to tell you something. I don't trust any of the Phil Spencers or the Jim Ryans out there. Sony got some face to do because they are apparently, you know, not in it. You know, when Microsoft's talking clouds and putting games on PC, Sony's not part of the conversation. But when Jim Ness did his interview, man, they better walk a very fine line. I got to talk about Jim Ryan. All right? You know, they got to walk a very fine line because they better be careful with this whole, like, oh, it's not exclusives. We on PC. Don't ball wash those PC gamers, Jim Lion Ryan. All right? Chill out. Don't go down the Phil Ness pathway. Because I'm telling you right now, those PC gamers, they just use your games for benchmarks. They don't give a shit. They're using your games because it's probably the only graphical piece that's out there because nobody's really making crisis graphic incredible games on PC. Meanwhile, PC, they keep pumping out graphics cards. They're going to run out of goddamn numbers soon. But where's the software to show the power of it? You know what's so funny? Is that PC gaming has turned into the frame rate wars. Graphical fidelity and stuff. Where are those benchmarks? Where are the graphically impressive games that burn a hole through your PC graphics card? Nah. It's more about frame rates and high frame. And you know what? It fine. But that visual prowess, that PC, you know, that fidelity. It would be nice to have some games that actually use it, right? Well, those Sony games are nice benchmarks for PC gaming. And they want to pay $50, $60 for a benchmark game. Jim Ryan's happy about it. But you better chill out, dude. Don't think that PC audience is waiting for you and going to spend $70 on a game at launch. No. They're not going to. All right? Keep the focus there because I don't want this co-development of PC and console gaming and then you compromise the game because you're putting it on PC. And when I hear about the game, I hear about, before I know about the game and the capabilities, I hear widescreen support, VRR. I don't give a shit. All right? I don't care. But you got to be real careful the way you talking. Because if you bite off the hand that feeds you, and this is the thing, Froggy. Frogface. The core gamer, the gamer that buys your games, the person that spends the most and plays the most, don't abandon them for the casual. You got to work in tandem. You need a core audience because that's what Microsoft didn't do. They abandoned their core audience to go poking around the neighborhood. And they lost that mind share. They lost the people that word of mouth works. Don't piss off the moviegoers. Don't piss off the theater people, because they're not going to talk about your movie. Don't go straight to DVD. Just don't compromise the hobby that I love for the sake of numbers. Because you have something that works. And there's very few companies out there that are holding it down. And this is the thing that worries me, is that the quality experiences that we've come to, I don't want them to be diluted for the sake of the billion. And I know that number's great, and I know more people to play your games is wonderful, but more people to play, I'm going to give you a quote here. More people, a shit game is a shit game, no matter how many people have access to it. Okay? A poor quality game is a poor quality game on a billion devices or on one device. And people will know. And people won't play a bad game. At least not for long. So just by putting this in front of so many people doesn't equal success. Just because 2 billion people could see it on their screen doesn't mean it's going to sell 2 billion or 2 billion people are going to play it. That's the problem. Don't just think by putting something in front of a billion people is going to get you a billion sales. It starts with quality. And that's the main thing. It's quality. It's the stuff that's going to come out in 2 weeks. That Horizon. You think after Horizon Forbidden West, people are going to say, oh, this needs to be a service game. This game has to be in a $10 service. You know what? Yeah, if it does go into a $10 service, it's not going to be that game. I'll tell you that. Because that kind of money is not going to be able to be in a $10 service unless somebody's taking a hit. It's either them or us. And they probably choose us. Exactly, Froggy. He said a little too much. The hardcore, and not even the hardcore PlayStation market, just a hardcore gamer. You don't want to hear that stuff, dude. Like, I agree, more people should experience games, but don't compromise the quality for the sake of the many. What's good for the goose is not necessarily good for the gander. And that's the point. And I just hope that gaming doesn't go down the mobile cesspool of zero free games and paying $1, $2, $3 here to get textures and features and you know, I just don't like it. I like to pay for something and know at least I'm getting a good base. You want to add stuff? Fine. You want to service it? Fine. But at least make the initial experience engaging. You want to add stuff? Fine. I'm not against that. I'm not against putting something in a service either. But it all doesn't have to go into a service. Game Pass would be a great complement to a wonderful lineup of games from exclusive studios that Microsoft had. Bungie, 343, you could put your game in Game Pass, and you could put another game on store shelves for $50, $60. We're great. And this buying up of publishers from them is scary because it's forcing the industry, because the first thing they say when they buy that Bethesda, the ZeniMax, the first thing you say when they initiate that thing with Activision, what is the first things coming out of their mouth? Oh, we'll be putting their games in Game Pass. That's the first sentence that comes out of their mouth after the billions are thrown down on the table. I knew, Froggy, we agree on something. That's why we stick around. That's why you stick around. Shout out to Froggy. Exactly. That's what I don't want. I don't want this thing to... And see, but what I'm trying to say is that the faster they try to bring gaming down to $0, that you're basically zero entry to play a game, there's going to be more of that mobile monetization to make up for you getting access to that game. And I understand that there are games that could do that. That's fine. But not all the games need to be like that. And if all of them are going into this $0, $15 accessibility path, then that means that all the games that are going through that path are going to be compromised. You're going to have to pay money. And Halo is the perfect example. This is the epitome of this thing. People are hating the store. They're hating the Halo store because people don't want to pay for things they used to unlock with skill and dedication. People don't want to look at a store and go, wow, that helmet looks cool for $7, but I used to be able to unlock it by getting like a kill streak or getting a Kilimanjaro. Now they want $7, but guess what? It's $7 because you got the game for free. And the free stuff you're getting in the game are just ways for you to manipulate the reward system so you could get other stuff, consumables. It's like the Dave and Buster's strategy, the Disney strategy. Oh, you're going to win Disney points to pay the Disney store. It's like, well, wait a second. I'm going to take my $100 on tournament to $40 of Disney bucks. Yep. $100 of real money is equal to $40 of Disney bucks. And you can only use Disney bucks here. Remember the Xbox points grinders? The 360, remember? $10 will give you 800 Xbox points. In Microsoft's world, $10 wasn't $10. $10 converted to 800 points. Maybe some games were 1,000 points. Well, you got to pay for 2. Exactly, remember? Wait till they do that stuff. Dude, I'm getting Sifu. I didn't get, just to wrap this up, with I didn't get Death by Daylight 2. I'm going to wait for that on sale because, you know what? Quality. I like that. I love Dead by Daylight. Jesus. I mean, Dying Light. I love Dying Light 1. I really liked it. But I'm just seeing more of the same with Dying Light 2, and I hear it's not very optimized. So you know what? Wait for sale. Actually, wait for Game Pass maybe. Who knows? Vote with my wallet. Another point that's taken away. When you're subscribing $15 a month, you have no leverage. Vote with your wallet. It takes away the power of the consumer. It takes away your consumerism. Yes, you could just cancel the service. That's a message. But then who you win? You just lost access to all those games. But if a game comes out and it's not up to people's standards, it won't sell. People won't put their money on it. How do you vote with your wallet when they already got your money? How do you say, bullshit? This is not quality Halo. I'm not spending my money on it. Then they'll learn. They already got your money. Where's voting with your wallet now? You lose it. So that's not a future I want. I want that leverage of consumerism. That I know what I'm paying for and I know what I'm getting. I don't want to just be throwing money away and then basically just hoping that I get something. Hey, Truth Decay, Canadian 20. Just wanted to say I appreciate these solo rants. Voting with my wallet. Hey! You didn't have to do that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're my
Voting
number
with
one
your
customer.
wallet. It gets taken away. Thank you so much, Truth Decay. But it takes away the consumerism. And maybe that's just a me. I'm sure you. Well, Truth Decay, maybe me and Truth Decay and some other grinders in here. But you would like to spend your money and knowing that you're getting a product back that you find is worth that money, rather than just putting money in your credit card, just getting charged, and you just hoping and praying and wishing that it shows its value. It almost reminds me of all these things like the Dustin Gary. Again, shout out to King Thresh and watch his show. Because you have people out there that are pushing Game Pass, and it's like, are you pushing it to sell it, or are you pushing it because you feel that you got to justify it because maybe the $15 this month didn't go that route? You know, maybe you throwing $15 in there and the biggest deal is Microsoft's first-party games, and those are the only things you have no clue about. But the reason why you're paying $15 a month, though, is because of Microsoft first-party games day and date. Isn't that funny? It makes no sense. And I'm probably going to have to change the title of this video and maybe the thumbnail. But you know what? This is just, I need to get stuff off my chest. Because these are the things I see through the internet and it just grinds my gears. It really does. It's like, are you convincing yourself that this is a great value, or really should I go subscribe? Like, are you convincing yourself, like, you got to go online and go, thanks for saving my child to play this game, and it's a great value. Are you convincing yourself? Are you in, like, a friggin' echo chamber? Because you know you're paying $15 a month for the rest of your life, Phil Ness? Oh, yeah. They're paying it.
Oh, yeah. Keep giving me that $10. Feel this. I'm an award-winning, game-winning developer. Feel this. Feed me more. $15 a month, and you don't even know what you're getting. I'm gonna keep eating and feeding.
Phil Ness is nasty at night. Nasty. That's right, it's fire, baby. Jim Gordon Ramsay. On fire. Went to Bungie. Dude, I'm telling you, man. It wasn't definitely a shot to the guignones. I tell you. It was. It hurts. Because you got to see, everybody goes running around after this comedian guy talking about Game Pass. But guess what? That Bungie hurt. I'm telling you, grinders. It hurt. Just go back and watch when Bungie separated from Activision and watch all your favorite Xbox YouTubers. Everybody on Xbox fans. Bungie, come back home. You know you want it. Come back home, Bungie. They wanted Bungie back. Come on, man. They know that 343 is bootleg. Bootleg people. Bootleg Cortanas. Bootleg Joels. They know. Bungie's talent. And Sony went for the jugular. They went that talent. They snagged up that talent. And honestly, it's like two heavyweights. Like if you look at what the quality games that Sony talks about, and that's the thing. Like Sony, you notice, since Game Pass is out, you want to talk about quantity versus quality, you noticed, right? Since Game Pass has come out, what does Sony really want to push? Equality games. Equality. Quality.
Enough from me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
Quality games. Quality games. Quality games. Quality games. Notice that point of quality. And if that's true, which it seems to be in the games that they're releasing, that's the thing. They're not just talking. We're playing these games. Like Ratchet and Clank was freaking quality. It was incredible. You look at Horizon Forbidden West, Jesus. It looks insane. I can't wait. I'm in a freaking holding pattern right now. Sifu's going to get me through. I'm in a holding pattern because I saw Dying Light 2 and I'm like, that's not quality. I want something because and know what's funny is I played Far Cry 6, and I'm like, this is not like no, man. I'm tired of playing these third-party games that are like cross-gen, whatever, mixing pot games. I want a game to show the capabilities of my machine. That's right, Dominic. GT7 looks incredible. That friggin' weather system, the stars, the moon, the friggin' clouds. Goddamn guy was a meteorologist. Hurricane Schwartz. Goddamn it, tell me about how the wind and the oceans come together to make the clouds and the moistures and it comes down on the things and the puddle. I was like, holy shit, is this a racing game or is this a meteorologist game? Oh my God. He got the rest of it. I got to go see that. I knew that was going to be, oh man. He can't deny that. He's going to be going right in there. Dustin that needs that clout. But I just want to play, like, I see that game and I'm like, I don't want to play this diluted game, delayed and washed up and cross-gen. It didn't really take advantage. It runs sub 30 in the quality mode. Like, no, I don't. I got to put my thing. Ain't nobody got time for that. Not at $60. It's quality games. But you notice, so when you look at Bungie and you look at Sony, Bungie's quality, Sony quality. It's like Ultimate Warrior and Hogan in their prime. And they're the tag team. It's two studios, two companies, two partners that love that emphasize quality. And then you look at the shit pool of Activision and Microsoft, and you're just like, damn. That's like putting two ass cheeks together. Pause. Savage and Hogan were better. What are the mega powers? Woo! The mega powers, right? Savage and Hogan. That was better. You're right, you unknown. With the lovely Elizabeth. Oh, yeah. Lovely Elizabeth. I'm getting game night. I'm getting that. I got to get I used to have it. But yeah. You look at that like Savage and Hogan, and then you look at Activision and Microsoft. It's like, oh, man. That's the left ass cheek and the right ass cheek. Shit comes out. There's booty to collect it. Oh, shit. Come on. He got Todd Howard poking his head out the hole. Oh, damn. It's too late now. Coming out with his freaking bomber jacket out the middle of them. You rang. Come on, man. Xbox is Dusty Rhodes. No, Dusty Rhodes. Lovely sapphire. Lovely sapphire. No, Xbox is the fucking bushwhackers. Phil coming out with Phil and Aaron Greenberg come out like the goddamn bushwhackers. That's what they come out. Oh, they're biting on each other's heads and shit. They're like selling product. Xbox is bushwhackers. Xbox and Activision are bushwhackers. Get them out there. Hit those likes. Get the bushwhackers. Herman Hulst is the goddamn godfather. He got the whoo train. He coming out there. Got the yacht. I got to park my yacht there. I want quality games. The button. Yeah, Todd Howard just comes out. Two ass cheeks come together. Todd Howard pops out. He's like, it just works. Dude. You got it, Josh. You know, see, this is how the content evolves over here. You know, the bushwhackers will be on the next thumbnail. We got it. Xbox's fake reason. Xbox's Gilberg. Bootleg. See? This is what I mean. That's exactly what it is. Xbox is Goldberg and his freaking Sony, Herman Hulst and Bungie are like Goldberg in his prime coming out there. And God, Xbox is like, we got it, Gilberg. It's like, oh shit, Gilberg. We got freaking Gilberg going on there. Where's Gilberg? They might know who Gilberg is. You guys know about Gilbert? Let's see Gilbert. Here he is. Where's Gilbert? There it is. Wait, I'm cracking up because of the picture. Phyllis Rick Rude. It's Gilbert. Herman Holtz goes out. Wait a second. I'm gonna get. The visual has to hit. I got the visual that. Oh man. Jim Ryan's coming out there. Equality Games. Equality. Oh man. Where is it? Oh no. I got here it is. He come out. Equality. Oh no, what's going on? Equality Games. I know. Get Brock Goldberg. That's why I brought Goldberg up, because I'm like, they brought him back. I'm like, oh Jesus. I'd say WWE's that's another rant. Hit that like button, fellas. So you got, Herman Holtz is like, I come in here with the quality. And I got the Bungie here. It's the games, the quality games that come out here. I go do my buttons. I stand in the hallway looking like this. And I'm like, shit. Fix this. Fix that UI. I want better animations. I want it to feel real. I want it to feel the passion and love and textures. I want the 4K textures and the quality. It won't sell. I want to sell this for $70. I want the quality. And then here comes Phil's like, we got our Goldberg. We got quality. We got 343. We got Activision. We got Todd Howard. It just works. And fuck Gilbert and Booty coming to the studios. Clapping those ass cheeks. Yeah, there's the air. There you go. Here's Gamepass. There you go. Quantity. We got it. That's Booty's going to the studios. Hey, guys, two sugars? I'm cross-eyed. Sorry. You said one sugar? Two Splendors. It's Goldberg and Gilbert. Equality. Quantity versus quality versus quantity. We want gaming to be this. We don't want gaming to be this. We don't want gaming to be this. Gaming to be this. Equality. Oh, bootlegs. Bootleg Joel's on the chat. Goddamn Booty going in there. He's cross-eyed. He's giving 2 sugars and 1 Splendor. What the hell, Booty hole? Get the hell out of here. Dude, I've said it too many times. It's quantity. You want $10 a month? You want $70 games? Or you want $15 a month? What do you want? $70 quality games. Or you want a bootleg? Please. You get what you pay for. So you might say it's a quality. You might say, oh, it's such a value. Gilbert's a value. He got his ass beat. He's valuable. It's a value. Get what you pay for. There's the message. Message. Let's see if I have anything crazy. Oh, God. Please. Bootleg Joel. There you get. Yeah. Here's your Gilbert right here. Here's Gilbert. After a strong debut, the long-awaited Halo Infinite now appears to be struggling to retain players. Yeah. Here's your Gilbert. Where is it? Yeah. This is what happens. See? There's Gilbert. After years of anticipation, after a year delay, too. Halo Infinite launched December 21st. The game got off to a strong start by late January. Dude, we're not even a year. What the hell is this? The hell? Bootleg advertisements. Look. Dude, we were in February and they can't hold players. Guys, what happened? We're in January. The game launched campaign in December. The multiplayer free in November. Dude, it's not even 6 months. Hell, it's not. It just made 3 months. 3 months? Halo. 3 months. However, many players appear to have moved on, and Halo numbers and Steam are in the gutter? January 25th? 20 million have played. Oh, to Dustin Laguerre, that's 20 million sold. Good journalism right there. The player count averages daily high of 30,000 players on Steam. And it's about half of that during the other times. 9 years left. That's right, the unknown. 9 years left. Comparably, the top 5 games of Steam average... Holy crap. Comparatively, the top 5 games of Steam average approximately 250,000 to 1 million players. That puts Halo Infinite well out of the top 10 and firmly in the bottom 20% of the top 100 games on the platform nearly 2 months since launch. Now, granted, it's everywhere, right? But they've been such an effort to PC, right? Microsoft's not telling you how it's doing. But here you go with this. Here's another thing. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. That's right, the unknown. That said, Steam is significantly larger than any other platform. So you could say, hey, it's on Xbox, it's on Series X, it's on Xbox One. But remember, 2 billion gamers. 2 billion. That's right, Rob Gomez. I know. It was only this number. Nobody plays outside of December. It's free on every device. But remember 2 billion gamers? Well, guess what? Remember I said just because you put it in front of so many people doesn't mean it's a success? Well, look. The Xbox One Series X and Xbox One X, you look at here, the PC is the largest platform out of all of them. There's like 1 trillion PCs out there. It's on everything for free. So that should be the largest install base, right? Or you telling me that, oh yeah, they're at 30,000 and the other 19 million are on Xbox. Okay, we'll see. Steam is significantly larger than any other platform with over 120 million monthly users. And Steam isn't the only indication that interest is low. Twitch viewership reveals a tiny audience. The most viewed games on Twitch, like Gran Turismo GT5, Fortnite, and Apex Legends, average over 100,000 viewers. Halo Infinite averages fewer than 10,000 viewers. This is what happens when they don't announce the numbers. Exactly. It's on Android, iOS. It's everywhere. It's on billions of devices. But nobody's playing it. I wonder why. Maybe because I had no content? Some stuff is broken? 3 maps? They got 9 years left. Thank you, unknown. Look. 100,000 viewers are the top games there. They're fewer than 10,000 viewers. The interest is not even there. The mind share. When I talk about mind share, the mind share is not there. Nobody cares what's happening in Halo. Major updates are expected this year. Maybe the Forge mode. And the multiplayer season, first official season, will kick off at the same time. 2 major opportunities, so-called live service game, to regain a substantial player base. Dude, Gilbert in the flesh. It's about content. It's about quality. No matter what, if you are a gamer, even if you're a consumer, what's up, Stardust? You work for your money, and you want to spend your money and get something back for it. You want to vote with your wallet. And that's the thing. You don't want somebody to take that from you. Or somebody to cheapen the hobby that you love. So, hopefully, it doesn't go that route. And hopefully, we get some quality games for Xbox. Because Xbox has to demonstrate that Game Pass can house quality. Because if it's just going to house like buffet levels of games, it belongs in the trash. And Forza seems to be the only one, and even that really doesn't get a lot of legs either. Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 3 was a big surprise, but like it's been gone downhill because they haven't innovated. Remember that wonderful interview? Gil Ness. Glenn's with the Gil Ness. But like, remember that interview where like Paris was, I showed it last on Monday, where he's like, oh, you don't even need to make sequels to games. You could just add content later. That's the beauty of Game Pass. You don't even need to sell the game again because people just already have it. All you could do is just give more content to me. Dude, they took your advice because all they've done to Forza is basically just change the background. Hell, if they added motorcycles and new capabilities to the baby planes, I don't know. Maybe some like get out of your car missions, or maybe something to make Forza different, engaging, even better than what it is. They just changed the environment. And they go, yeah, we'll put some tweaks here and there. But like, you know, like it was horrible. It's like, oh, well, people have the game already. Like, why? Well, you don't even need to sell it anymore. And Greenberg's like, yeah. You know, it is a horrible take. Yeah. Gilbert in the flesh. Yeah. Nice flames coming out your shoulder pads. This is what they got. This is the quality of content to unlock. I played it last week. Yeah. It has the other thing I was alluding to before. Why Sony keeps games off of platforms. Look. Xbox One is considered non-viable, with the 2019 remasters only selling about 1,000 copies worldwide on the platform. That's not Sony money that's keeping that off. The publisher's not seeing a return on the porting of it to Xbox. So Sony just gets exclusives because they sell. And now with Game Pass, and this was the point I made last week, was now with Game Pass, it tells people not to buy it anymore. With Game Pass now, it makes people not want to buy the games anymore because they'll just wait for the Game Pass. So it really doesn't encourage people to buy games. It's a rental service. That's the thing. It's a friggin' rental service. Here it is. You want a bad take? You want to say I don't make it up.
We have over 100 games that will be optimized for Series X. We'll have 4 generations of games to play at launch. So the amount of games to play that we'll be showcasing 4K,
I don't want to hear this PR bullshit. Let's hear what he says.
What you're doing now, having Game Pass, and,
there you go.
The fact that it's clearly the future. I mean, I even tweeted it earlier. And the fact that you now don't have to rely on sequels because you have Game Pass subscribers. So they're already guaranteed to get these games. So instead of worrying about, let's crank out the latest and greatest sequel with a number on it, take the platform of the game you have, let the developers continue to build upon what they've already started. And that's what excites me more than anything. That's why I look at something like Halo Infinite, and the possibilities with this open world is now endless. Obviously, you're going to have the multiplayer that goes with that as well. But that's what excites me more than anything, to see that you're taking the services along with the development talent and basically combining them together and just making this one service and platform where creativity is king versus making sure we get to the next great thing. The next great thing might already be here. Let's just keep.
Notice the chair he's sitting in. Oh, what is that? I wonder what chair that. This was July 2020, so he got rid of that chair real quick in November. Yellow chair crew. But you see, how is that exactly? How is that exciting? I wonder how exciting are you playing it today? Are you excited today with Halo Infinite? How exciting is Halo Infinite for you right now? Bootleg Joel gets a name. Fernando. Same biome. Repetitive missions. The potential. You got delayed a year and you're playing it and you still wait for potential. Instead of slapping a number on it. No, look at Horizon Forbidden West. That's not slapping a number on it. And the whole Game Pass is the future. That's obvious. Why? Because it's yielding the shit product of Halo Infinite? Really? That's the future? This is what I don't understand. The carpet doesn't match the drapes. The shit that you're getting in Game Pass right now is fucking forgettable. It's fucking forgettable right now. But that's the future. It's like me eating a fucking shit-ass McDonald's burger going, you know what? This is the future of hamburgers. This is it. What? You're tasting shit and tell me it's the future. Meanwhile, the company that's not following that fucking idiotic take is giving you games that are defining a generation that you want to play 5 years from now. Look at Uncharted. Look at the shit that Uncharted 4 did and Lost Legacy. That you're playing it now and you're like, holy shit. Is anybody going back and saying, you know what? Record needs to be played. They fucking remastered that shit too. Microsoft did nothing to define the generation with their trash Game Pass content. Instead, they gave you bullshit up front and added on more bullshit over the next 4 years to give you a comparable game in Sea of Thieves. That's what they're doing with Halo as well. So that's the future? That's what you're excited about? Here it goes again. Game Pass is the future. How we consume games. Yeah. It's the future. Well, it's the future. You don't need to make sequels and slap a number on it. No. Well, that won't be good either way, slapping a number on something. But you know what? It's the future. But then, where is it? Oh, I got one more video to show you. But then, it's the future.
We chill for Game Pass on here all the time.
Remember this from last time's show.
So, really good friend of mine, I was actually having a phone call with him earlier, and the topic of Death's Door came up because, he heard our Game of the Year episode, and he was like, man, I really want to play it. He goes, but I'm holding out till it's on Game Pass. And that just made me think. Here's a great game. Obviously, we've talked about it a lot, how great it is. It's not even a $60 game. It's a $20 game. And the mentality that he has, I've seen this sentiment from other people online as well, where they would rather just hold off and quote unquote hope that the game they really want to play comes to Game Pass versus actually just buying it when it's available, with no promise that it's ever going to come to the service. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but
it's a bad thing because people are just not going to buy games. And when they don't buy the games, the publishers and developers are going to go, well, we're not either going to put our game on your platform, or the whole gaming industry just goes, people are not buying our games because they're waiting for it to come to the sucker service. So that's the future. See, my problem is when you say it's the future, it's niche. Let it be what it is. Don't make this thing into something that we all need to be part of. That's the problem. And I get pissed off when people go, everybody needs to do this. No. You're seeing the repercussions of it just immediately now. People are not buying it. People come out, developers come out and go, we're not putting our game in Game Pass because they know it cannibalizes their day one sales when they want to make their money back. Oh, yeah, you don't like the cast for Katana? That's another story, Dominic. But, you know, like, I said this the last time. Like, when it's the future. But it just shows, like, when Capcom said that the game's not selling on Xbox, you got this service there that's making people just not buy games anyway. So it's not going to turn anything around. And for the last thing of how this buying up of studios and just not having the soul. Remember this? When they got Killer Instinct and Xbox had Killer Instinct and they forced their way on Evo? Watch this.
Exclusively for the Xbox One. We have a great partnership with Microsoft and with Double. Yo, yo, yo. Killer Instinct coming out later this year, exclusively for the Xbox One. We have a great partnership with Microsoft and with Double. Yo, yo, yo.
That's what happens when you just buy a name and not have the soul that makes it. You just buy a name and say Microsoft's Killer Instinct.
Later this year, exclusively for the Xbox One. We have a great partnership with Microsoft.
See what I mean? You can't just buy something and just slap your name on it.
Killer Instinct coming out later this year, exclusively for the Xbox One. We have a great partnership with Microsoft and with Double. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah. History, dude. History. Instead of telling me about the future, why don't you tell me about the past and why they're not learning from the past? That's what grinds my gears. Instead of telling me about this future that nobody can predict, who knows? Why don't you look back and see what they did and then tell me how great that future is? See, I lived this shit. I went through this stuff. I saw the mistakes and I saw them and I saw their successes. I bought into that stuff. I bought into these ecosystems that they took away. With Zunes and Surface, the first Surface, Windows 8, Windows Phone, HoloLens. No, I didn't do HoloLens. HoloLens is dead. Couldn't buy it. There's another one that they wasted your 2015 E3. That's going to be a grinds bite. We'll do that one. Just HoloLens death. But, dude, I just had a vent. And it's probably some of the stuff that I already said, but you know what? It just comes to a boil after a while of just seeing the same old crap. And people just don't learn. And know what's incredible is that as much as I rant and I go on these things, it still didn't change. I was saying some of these same things 3-4 years ago about this service. And they said fear-mongering. That's all you talk about. You know what's crazy? I'm not $1 trillion company. But you have a company that's out there with all that money, and 3 years later, they still never changed. That's something you should think about. Don't worry about me. You should worry about the thing that you love. That's the games. And that's what it's all about. And one's delivering it. That should be the future. The quality that's coming out of one of these studios, these publishers, that's the thing that should be celebrated. That's the thing that we need to embrace. Not budget gaming. Not piecemeal games. Not services without content. Games launching without content and messed up stores, and we hear you, and complaints and forums. Why are we embracing that? And I feel as gamers, as grinders, we are sitting here and trying to pull back the bullshit and say, hey, Horizons, quality content, Zeldas, Mario's, Kirby's. Maybe not Kirby's, I don't know. We'll see. It looked like crazy open world Kirby. Even what Xbox used to have. That's what we want. Why do I feel that that is the voice that you got? Like, you say that stuff and they label you fanboy, hater, fearmongerer, when all you're doing is touting for quality content and stuff that you like, and not embracing this budget piecemeal thing and telling me that's the future. Kirby belongs. Thank you, Unknown. That's what I don't get. Thank you, Rob Gomez. Hit that like, baby. Hit that like button. Get those 100 likes. Grinding those gears. Midnight Oil. I want to appreciate everybody coming to this impromptu show. I wanted to get you guys a show this week. I was busy. It's the work stuff, and there's a lot. I'm doing some renovations here. So, like, a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I know. How's Fable going to turn out? Is Fable going to be episodic? What's Fable look like? What's Perfect Dark? I'm interested. And you want to know what? If the games are quality, I'm going to play them. But I love Perfect Dark. Like, I'm going to play it. But if they're not, I'm not wasting my time. Halo, I love Halo, but I had to play it. And I was just like, this is not Halo. Like, this is like an intro. But I just don't understand the hype and capping for something that's not really delivering right now. But I should be paying and subscribing now for a future 4 to 5 years from now when it might get good. When there are 2 other companies that stand the test of time, delivering quality content for their products, expanding their worlds, that's fine. But not compromising on the quality and experiences and features of the stuff that we buy. Why is that not the future? You know, when you buy a Blu-ray player, you're like, oh, and I want this to play games too. No. It's a Blu-ray player and it plays movies. Like, that's what it does. But imagine if it did all this other stuff. Why? It's a dedicated device that does its job well. Like, what's wrong with that? Why does a one game need to fit a mobile 5-inch screen, an iPad, a TV, a computer screen, no matter what powerful computer you have? Like, how's a one game fits all different devices? But it's bad to say it would be nice if they just make this game use the features and capabilities of this dedicated machine first. Then put it on those other devices. But make sure that the machine that you're trying to sell, the premium product, the premium experience, the elite customer that will pay for that experience, the audiophile, make sure that that person gets their money's worth for the investment that they made. Then go explore the others. But don't compromise it so you satisfy the gander and the goose is left out to get feathered and eaten. But you know what, guys? I'm going to leave you with the good words of Jim Ness, the best line of ever. And this says the most. Enough of me.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
And it is going to be some games that are going to be doing the talking in the next month or so. Oh, yeah. So be careful out there in those Twitter streets and social media streets. There's going to be a lot of deflection. A lot of Gamepass is good with a side of ass to try to deter you from identifying quality games like Sifu, Horizon, GT7, and more. So be careful, because there's going to be an attempt, because there's no games. Maybe capping for Crossfire X Season 1, but don't let it deter you for what things matter the most. It's the games and experiences. And I'm going to be doing I'm going to do some streaming. I'm going to be doing some screen snapshots, baby. Follow me on Twitter. See all my wonderful photography, because I love taking pictures. And you guys love them too. And everybody likes to retweet them and like them. So, I love doing it. I love photography. And that is just an extra addition to the great games I'm playing. But I want to thank all the grinders for coming out here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the VIP grinders. And thank you for burning the midnight oil with a classic, What Grinds My Gears. Yeah, stay away from Tyler. Just look at it. But thank you again, everybody. Hit that like button on your way out. Share out the video. And we'll be back on Monday night for a gaming grindhouse. I want to get Frogs back in here. And he has some grinding of gears to do as well. I'll probably touch on some of the stuff. But I just had to get this stuff out because it has been crazy. And shout out to King Thresh. Check out his video, man. That was insane. Hope he feels better. What is Twitter? Exactly, Buck Roger. And Buck Roger, I gave you the show you wanted, man. Buck Roger asked me for 3 days. He's like, go live. And I'm like, maybe. And I started making thumbnails. And I'm like, oh, I can't. Can't go tonight. But tonight was a night. I got some grinding of gears to do. And I want to thank everybody. So it's not even midnight yet. Oh, geez. You guys are killing me. I'm going to have no voice yet. But anyway, thank you again. Hit me with the horns 20. Actually, what was my siren thing? Whatever. I'll hit the siren. I'm going to get some more sound bites. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, 12:30. That's right. Good night, everybody. This has been an awesome show. I want to thank everybody for their support. Hit that like button. Comments below. I read them all. And I will comment on that at the bottom. And thank you again. Shout out to all the grinders in the grindhouse. And thank you for the new subscribers as well. Talk to you guys soon. See ya. Oh, and hit that subscribe button. I think we just might hit 1,200. So thank you again. Talk to you guys soon. I'm out.